I'm Councilmember Gilbert Cedillo, Chair of the Budget Committee. Today is a special meeting of the Housing Committee, December 2nd, 2019. I'm joined by my colleague, Councilmember Paul Krikorian. I want to thank him and all of you for joining us this morning so that we can take care of the business on the agenda. I want to thank the staff and all of you for your attendance. We have essentially a consent agenda. We can take comment from the public. It is 1 minute per item, 2 items maximum, or rather 1 minute per item, 2 minutes maximum on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, any of the other items subsequent. So,
Mr. Chair?
yes.
Just for clarification, on item 2, Council File number 19-1345, the CAO report is not up on the Council File Management System yet, so they will have to read the recommendations into the record, the CAO.
Item number 2, let's bifurcate that. They can come up after we deal with the consent. We've got Robin Podolsky. Please join us.
Hi, Councilman. It's good
Good
to see
morning.
you again.
Yes.
I'm Rabbi Robin Podolsky, and I'm from the Southern California chapter of Bend to the Ark. And would you like me to sit down? Thank you. So I represent the Southern California chapter of Bend the Ark, and we're here to reiterate our deep desire that the City Council fully fund right to counsel in eviction cases in Los Angeles. You know better than I the level of crisis that we are experiencing. You know that as soon as we help 3 homeless people, 5 more people lose their homes. And it's been proven that right to counsel does actually stem evictions and keep people housed. And so we very much hope that the council will entirely fund right to counsel in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me advise the speakers that I need you to stay focused on items on the agenda. Wayne, you get 2 minutes max. And then I have Mike Greenspan, Red Chief, Antonio Hernandez, Corey S., and Han.
Janice Hans.
Herman, do you have you're up here, Herman?
Yes, okay.
You speaking today, Herman, or are you going to wave? Are you leaving? You're outside the door. Are you leaving? Okay. Are you going to speak? Please stop that. Please stop that.
So, seems like Gil's mad at you.
Herman, you're going to come up and speak?
Maybe Debbie left him. Yeah. I don't know. I thought I was speaking. Is it Herman or Herman?
Which nigger is it?
Which nigger? Are you the nigger?
Is it me, first nigger?
Which nigger's up?
Can you start my time, ma'am?
No, you're not speaking right now. Wayne is
okay.
speaking.
But you were calling the other niggers.
Yes, I was calling Mr.
Oh,
Herman
yeah, I
to
was
please
trying
come
to
up.
figure out which niggers, but
Want to make
they
a
want in
comment?
my car.
You want to get on point and make a comment?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out,
Not that hard. Just say what you've got to say on the items that you came up here to speak on.
Well, don't be mad. Probably Debbie left you. I know.
let's go.
So Debbie Kim's not
Get on
giving you
point.
any. Okay,
Get on
so
point.
number 1, we got this Urban Futures bond of shit, monitoring services, nothing but shit. It's like when you eat turkey. And number 1 is the same as when you eat turkey. It turns into shit, and then you have to flush it down the fucking toilet. Yeah, that's right. And by the way, I think Mr. Krikorian is losing more hair. So,
Get on point, sir.
HCID, well, he's...
Get on point, sir.
Yeah, you're older than him, and you have more hair, and it's darker. Number 3, HCID, known as Dick and Cock Los Angeles, has a $1.8 million of theft, 30 fucking 1 properties, 43 loans. You fucking deadbeats. So I say, you're going to waive the liens, you're going to waive $2 million? How much fucking stealing are we gonna do? Did I get a little more time because you were talking to Mr. Herman behind my back?
You have to take it up with Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, you can proceed with your comments,
Right,
please.
I don't eat turkey. That shit
Okay.
smells like dead turkey shit from the city attorney's point of
You may
view.
want to get them pointed
Based on,
to
I
some
am,
point.
based
You
on the
wanna
city
use your time.
attorney's point of view, 60 days feasibility for the subject and fucking rent stabilization, which stands for RSO, which I say BOS, bunch of bullshit. Because millenniums don't fucking know their rights as tenants on the common grounds that the factor is dumb bitches will be sleeping on the streets with the rest of us dumb motherfuckers. That's item 5 for the record, 42 U.S.C. 1983, fuck your turkey. Under, we'll have a 50 cal in the head soon. But however, in addition to that, because I can't speak on the one on Kim on number 2, because the dumb cunt forgot the profit developer's name. I'll tell you his name. His name is fucking Justin Bieber, who fucking gets free rent, and I have to sleep in my fucking car on a cold night. But again, on item 6, regarding Assembly Bill 1482, I wonder if this is from that black cunt Maxine Waters that's begging the Washington to provide us with $13 billion to end the homeless crisis. Well, that fucking black cunt Maxine Waters of the 43rd or 34th district don't know shit. This morning when I was talking to fucking Jimmy Gomez's office out there in Washington, I told that dumb nigger,
1482,
watch out for that Assembly bill because it's not going to help me under HC for cock and DLA, dicks from Los Angeles, to report those recommendations. Besides that, United States versus Bagdasarian, I quote it all the time regarding why item 3 under the report for $1 million representing 43 loans and 31 properties is so fucking ridiculous. Uncontrolled, uncalculated loans by these principal fucking criminals of Los Angeles who keep stealing money. Ben Carson, you're right. In the interest of public concern, short pay agreements, fuck you, assholes from Los Angeles. We're not going to give you shit. Fuck yourself and stuff the turkey.
Have a great week. I have 2 cards on 5. Jocelyn, you want to come up? Craig Bullock and Mario Ceballos. Mario?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jocelyn Duarte, and I'm from the Salvadoran American Leadership and Educational Fund, and I'm here on behalf of SALEV, Clínica Monseñor Romero, and the Center for Human Rights and Constitutional Law. So I would just like to read a joint letter that we have in regards to items 5 and 6. Housing is a human right, and today Los Angeles has the opportunity to further that principle. Together, our organizations have written this letter in firm support of items 5 and 6 on your agenda, which strengthen the protections for renters in Los Angeles and further statewide policy. Together, our organizations have almost 100 years of experience in helping working class people of color that continuously face economic and social pressures that result from historic disinvestment and narrow government interest. As we all know, Los Angeles is a city of immigrants, and immigrants are renters, and this is something that deeply affects our community. So we're here in support of item 5 and 6.
Thank you. Mario.
Good morning, Council Member Chair. My name is Mario Ceballos, and I've lived in 3032 Angus for over 17 years, and I've been a member of Council District 14 for over 30. I'm here in support of item 5 and 6, and 5 in particular is one that is here impacting myself and close to 20 other households. The tenancy in common is a new phenomenon here in Los Angeles. It is really an eviction mechanism that is not allowing for, and it's not an actual viable option for home ownership, especially for those of us in moderate to low income. I've never heard about TICs until the building that I wanted to buy, along with my 3 other neighbor, brother, and sister, and our elderly neighbor, Kathy, of 82 years old. What I found out is that I couldn't get a loan mortgage for a TIC, and I think that your monitoring of the system is very important, as well as to develop a policy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Craig Bullock, and I'm with Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell's office. I'm here this morning to urge the advancing items number 5 and 6 on the agenda. The TIC motion is impacting our district and other districts throughout the city. The intention of the motion is to create a system in which the integrity of the RSO and the home sharing ordinance are enforced. Even after a building becomes a TIC, there's no change of use or any sort of discretionary action, so there's not a way to currently monitor this. And then on the other item, number 6, we would like to see the tenants deserving the protections that were afforded under the state law of 1482. And we believe that housing was the best established department to see the enforcement of unfair price gouging rent increases. Thank you.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd go ahead and move the recommendations on items 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. No objection, so be
And
ordered.
for clarification, Mr. Chair, on item 1, 3, and 4, you are moving the CAO report? Thank you. On item number 2, that is HCIDLA report and the CAO2 report relative to negotiating and executing a data use agreement with enterprise community partners. And I think the CEO is going to read the recommendations into the record.
Yep. Good morning, thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning, council members. Marily Orellana Farias with the Office of the City Administrative Officer. As mentioned, this is a request from HCID to negotiate and execute a data use agreement with enterprise community partners to share publicly available city data for the development of a streamlined electronic platform called ShareLA. Subsequent to the release of the HCID report, our office worked with HCID, the Department of City Planning, the Department of Building and Safety, and the City Attorney to revise language in the draft agreement. The revised agreement is included with the CAO report. Additionally, our office concurred with HCID's recommendations, but we did amend it to include specific city contracting requirements that should be met prior to executing the proposed agreement. And now I'd like to read the CAO recommendations into the record. That the council, 1, authorize the general manager of the Housing and Community Investment Department or designee to execute a data use agreement with Enterprise Community Partners, Inc. for a contract term of 1 year from date of execution with an option to extend for 4 additional 1-year terms in substantial conformance with the draft agreement attached to this report, subject to the review and approval of the city attorney as to form, contractor compliance, and compliance with the city's contract and requirements. And 2, instruct the HCID to complete the following actions prior to execution of the proposed agreement. 1, ensure contract compliance documentation are submitted and uploaded onto the Business Assistance Virtual Network, BAVN. 2, coordinate with the Department of the Public Works Bureau of Contract Administration for the verification of submitted compliance documentation. And 3, ensure that evidence of the contractor's insurance coverage meeting the limits deemed appropriate by the Office of the City Administrative Officer's Risk Management Division are submitted through Quick Comply. And we're available for any questions you may have.
No questions.
¿Algo más? Nope. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd go ahead and move the recommendations as
So be the
presented.
order.
Okay.
Objection, without objection. Does that clear our desk?
What's that?
Does that clear the desk?
That clears the desk.
Okay. Anything else? This motion to adjourn. Thank each and every one of you for coming this morning. I appreciate your time.